Hello everyone and welcome back to NCAA 2004. We are here with one of the biggest games of year number 4, one of the biggest games just period. We're going to get a rematch of the year 2 meeting between us, the Alabama Crimson Tide, and the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The last time we played was early on in year number 2. We were ranked 14th, and Southern Miss was ranked 17th. There's one of the many ranked opponents that we have, but as an out-of-conference opponent, it was a tough game to have scheduled. Southern Miss is good during this time. They always are in these games, and they pretty much tend to stay good. But it was a tough matchup. We were down 28-24, and we scored the game-winning touchdown, but a holding call wiped it off the board. On the very next play, we could not convert. So Southern Miss took a humongous upset win over us. And it was in Hattiesburg as well. We have yet to play Southern Miss in Tuscaloosa. I'm sure it wouldn't be nearly as close of a game if we did, but this road atmosphere is certainly tough here. Southern Miss definitely has themselves quite the home base. So, but we've got a very good no-look team here. Carlos Cabra, starting quarterback this season, is having himself an absolute start to the year. And so we are in a prime position, I think, to beat Southern Miss, even though they are still a good team. They're ranked in the top 15. They were ranked 17th last time, so they finally made it into the top 15 for this time. But we are ranked in the top 5. So a little bit later on here in the first quarter, here in a second and long situation, we dump it off to Chris Kelly, who cuts upfield and breaks a tackle or two and gets brought down inside the Southern Miss 40-yard line. So finally, one of these offenses breaks through, but Southern Miss's defense standing tall, forcing a 3rd and 9. Cobb drops back here, steps to his left here, and fires it across the middle. And I believe it's Whitaker he finds, the freshman Whitaker, who hauls this one in, and we're going to get a fresh set of downs. So on a 1st and 10, it's going to be an option play. Cobb's going to fake the pitch, and then he's eventually going to pitch it to Lamont Farrell, who's going to get brought down at the line to gain. But there is a flag on the play here, and it looks like maybe Southern Miss might have gotten a little bit too much of the face mask, and so we are going to tack on an extra 5 yards onto that gain. It looks like he might have just barely, or no, it was going to be a 1st and 10. They were going to give him the first, based on the spot, but it's going to be even further. It's going to be 1st and goal now. So it's going to be a long 1st and goal, thanks to some negative plays here, snapping from about the 15. But Cobb takes an awkward step to his left and fires it to the end zone, and he does find an open receiver for the first touchdown of the game. So we finally break through on this long drive here as Cobb steps up in the pocket and just kind of takes a half step and finds finds Chris Whitaker, the freshman here, Chad Whitaker, in the end zone for a touchdown. So Southern Miss is not going to take that one sitting down. As Greer wants the long shot, wants the deep ball, and he finds I don't even know if you could say open, as both Randolph and Steve Collins were in coverage there, but just Greer dropping that in the bucket here. And on the very next play, Greer, another awkward screen play here, but the running back's gonna throw Ben Matthews out of his freaking shoes, man. Throw him out of his shoes. A deadly spin play is going to get Southern Miss even further inside Alabama territory, as Newton was able to just completely throw off Ben Matthews. And Greer just got absolutely pummeled here. Got pummeled by one of our D linemen. So Greer again fires it off to the left side here, and that one was caught for a second, but Blackwell was able to knock that one loose from the receiver, so it's a huge stop from the defense. So Southern Miss in the red zone is going to have to just settle for the points here, and it is good. So 7-3 is going to be your score. So after a really hot start to that drive here, Southern Miss cannot finish it off, but they do get some points. So the first quarter is going to end here 7-3. We got a good bit of fans in the crowd as well. You like that? We got a good bit of fans that travel. So another 3rd down for Southern Miss here as they're on the attack again. Greer's going to step to his left and then fires off to an open man. I think it's Newton, the running back, again. He tries to spin again, and it doesn't work, but they are going to pick up the 1st down and a little bit more. So Southern Miss is going to continue their reign of terror on offense anyway. So on a 3rd and inches situation, we could stop Southern Miss, make them have to take a field goal. They're going to try and go, look like an RPO, and the quarterback decided to keep it, and that was Mullins, Jamal Mullins, the left outside linebacker, making a huge tackle in the backfield. So on a 4th and 6, Southern Miss is going to now have to take the points yet again. This is a bit longer of a field goal, but still no doubt about it. As you see, their little flag in the end zone says we don't miss, so they certainly don't, at least when it comes to field goals. So 6-7 is your score. Once again, the Crimson Tide offense really struggling here late in the first half, and Southern Miss, another deep shot down the sideline, and it's caught and brought down inside the 10. Blackwell makes the tackle, and Southern Miss is going to call timeout here because now they've got a full deck of cards that they can play with here. And now with time running here on 2nd and goal, the quarterback's going to keep it again. Greer tries to redirect, and he can't find any open spaces. He's going to get brought down by a whole slew of Crimson Tide players. But they're going to stick with their hurry up here as time is still ticking away. Under 40 seconds now on a 3rd and goal from about the 13 or 14 yard line. So Greer fires one off to the left side, and he finds an open man who has it in his hands. But I think the contact of Matthews maybe? Or was that Blackwell? Yeah, no, it was Ben Matthews, the free safety. The contact just made him drop it. I have no idea what happened there. I've never seen that in this game. He just kind of loses it, can't really secure the ball. So Southern Miss is going to have to take 3 points yet again before the half is over. So they're going to finally take the lead here, but it's only a 2-point lead as they extend to 9-7. So 27 seconds left. We still have time. So off the kickoff here, Carlos Cobb drops back. Got to get something going on offense here in the first half. And it's dumped off to Carroll, and Carroll running along the sideline here and gets brought down just inside the 50 here. Just about got it to midfield. So 19 seconds left in the first half now. No one in the backfield for Carlos Cobb. He's going to drop back here. Clean pocket. Going to step up in the pocket. Fire one down the field. And he's going to find Chad Whitaker again, the freshman. And Whitaker had himself a pretty massive game that we watched against San Diego State. And he seems to be getting his name heard here today in Hattiesburg. So 11 seconds left here. Just got to get it in the end zone if possible. Cobb dumps it off here to Carroll. Kind of an awkward throw here. Carroll wasn't really open or anything, but that play is going to take a majority of the time that we had left to try and get in the end zone. So Sick Naban is just going to play it safe here and take the points with only a couple seconds left on the clock. So we're going to retake the lead, but now our lead is only 1 point as we sit 10-9 over the Eagles, who can't seem to finish off their drives. They've had a couple trips to the red zone and just cannot seem to finish. So off the kickoff here in the second half, Cobb is going to go with a fake option play. I don't know what that was. He steps back into a throw, but it doesn't matter because he finds Chad Whitaker. Chad Whitaker's off to the races. He's got plenty of speed to get into the end zone as no one is going to catch him. And what an amazing play, man. That was an option play that Carlos Cobb jumped out of and decided to go for the pass. I don't even know how that worked. When I was editing this, I was like, did he just fake an option? And he does, man. And Chad Whitaker, the freshman, bro, he's 3rd on the depth chart in terms of receivers. And he's just been absolutely carrying the brunt of the load here in the last couple of games. He's having himself quite the year on his way to freshman All-American honors, man, and he's going to deserve it. I'm telling you. So I think he's only 79 overall, so hopefully in the training he gets a huge boost after this year. So, and there's Newton, the running back for Southern Miss, making people hurt again. He breaks a huge tackle, and he's off to the races, and Randolph, the DB, has to catch up to the play and make the tackle, but Newton, man, is just absolutely torching us right now between the tackles, man, between the gaps. He's really making some trouble for us. So on a 3rd and 6, Greer's going to try and play some hero ball and keep it himself. And when your speed is about 30, I don't think you should try and do that. So he's going to get brought down well short of the line to gain. And once again, it's another red zone drive for the Eagles. That's going to end in 3 points as they are going to now cut the deficit here 12-17. So we're still holding on to a lead here and on offense. So Carlos Cobb's going to drop back here. He's going to step up in the pocket and fires one off, and it's a pick. He tries to find Chris Kelly here, but that DB was just standing perfectly in the way. And Chris Kelly's going to try and hunt him down, and he can't get to him. So it's going to be a pick 6. I thought someone at least tackled him, but no, it's a pick 6. So Southern Miss gets a humongous gift from Carlos Cobb and this Crimson Tide offense as they're going to take the lead again here, 18-17. So now back on offense again here. We're going to have to try and retake the lead, and it's the end of the third quarter. So 17-18 is your score following that pick 6. So Carlos Cobb, man, he's pretty good for a pick here a game is what it seems like. So we were unable to convert the third here at the end of the third quarter, and so we're going to bring out Ferguson to try and nail home a bit of a longer field goal, and he's gotten pretty good, man. I edited out his stats before, and I think he's only missed a field goal on the season so far through these first 4 games, so he's doing pretty darn well. So on a 3rd and short situation here near the red zone once again, Southern Miss trying to pick up what they need to get the first, and it looks like they probably had it. It was a close spot here, but it looks like they had it. So yeah, they're going to get a 1st and 10 in the red zone again. Let's see if they can finish off this drive. They're going to go with a handoff, and it's a nice pickup, but Randolph, the cornerback, is going to make the tackle here in the secondary just inside the 10. So Southern Miss here setting themselves up in a good position here on a 3rd and 1. They're going to go with another handoff, and they're going to pick up the first down as our players are unable to get the tackler at the line of scrimmage. So, but still, it's a good play, a good play. Demetrius Moore, the middle linebacker, making the tackle. So. It's another handoff here for Southern Miss, and that was not Newton. I don't know who that was at running back. It might have been their backup, but he basically was running this drive for them, and he got into the end zone as their linebackers were unable to keep him out. So Southern Miss going to try and go for 2 here, and there's Newton back on the field, and he cannot get into the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is going to fail. So Southern Miss finally gets a touchdown here to cap off a drive. That's their first touchdown of the day, a first offensive touchdown of the day, but they can't get the 2-point conversion. So 24-20 is going to be your score. We still need more than 3 points if we're going to take the lead here, and only a minute 30 left to go. So Cobb, under some pressure here, tries to fire it off, but can't get rid of it before he is taken down by a big defensive lineman. So 2nd and 15 is now going to be where we're at, as the time is just ticking away, and Cobb's going to try and reset up here and keep the offense moving with some tempo. Cobb's going to drop back here, this time a cleaner pocket, steps to his right and fires downfield, and he finds Jamil Spears, who we haven't really called out too much today, but Jamil Spears is going to catch this one, and we are now cooking with grease here in Southern Miss territory, or pretty darn close to it. So 1st and 10 now, with just under a minute left to play. Cobb steps back again here, clean pocket, unloads a check down here to Lamont Farrell, running a crossing route, and I don't think he can get out of bounds, so we're going to blow a timeout here to save some time, but we do get another first down. So Cobb drops back again here, pressure off the edge is picked up, fires down the middle of the field, and he finds Carroll, and Carroll catches this one into the end zone. And so every receiver really kind of getting their name heard here, even though Chris Kelly and Jamil Spears, I don't think, have gotten into the end zone here, but at least have some pretty big catches here. Chris Kelly had a big one early in the game, and Jamil Spears just had a big one on this drive, and Carroll getting the go-ahead touchdown here. So Southern Miss still plenty of time to answer back, and when you get plays like this, you can answer back pretty quickly. So it's a huge pickup for the Eagles offense to get them close to midfield. They have 23 seconds here, but on a 3rd and 5, they're struggling to move the football here. Greer's going to drop back. Pressure is on, but he gets rid of it in time, and it's caught inside the 20-yard line. So it's another red zone opportunity for the Eagles as they get inside the 15 now. So on a 1st and 10, 15 seconds left to go, Greer fires to the end zone, and that one is batted around, and it's picked off, and I think it's Mullins. I believe it's Jamal Mullins, or no, it was Demetrius Moore, the middle linebacker, who came down with it. So we got 2 big white linebackers in the 40s, and I couldn't tell which one it was, but it was Demetrius Moore, the middle linebacker, who gets the game-sealing interception as Southern Miss's offense absolutely rolls over our defense here in this final drive, and we are able to hold on in Hattiesburg. Another close matchup between these two teams, these two juggernauts. We might even see Southern Miss later on down the line, depending on how our season goes, but we have big aspirations here, and Southern Miss is probably still going to win the Conference USA title here. This game should have no barring on that whatsoever. So Southern Miss even outgains us in terms of offense here. Their rushing attack was absolutely just sinister, absolutely sinister compared to ours. We weren't able to run the ball that well, but Carlos Cobb has an amazing day in the office. Outside of the pick six, which, it's hard to really give him crap for that, despite the game that he had. But I mean, dude, that pick six is what kind of kept them in the game, that defensive touchdown, because we saw they could not score on offense in the red zone. 5 offensive trips here and only 1 touchdown. But 16 of 18 for Carlos Cobb. That completion percentage is going to be absolutely filthy when everything is said and done at the end of the season, man. 88% in this game, man. I think he only had 5 incompletions in the San Diego State game. Just amazing. Chad Whitaker, absolutely the class of the receiving corps today. Almost 200 yards of receiving and 2 touchdowns. Just absolutely amazing, man. I love when we recruit some guys like that, just really kind of get their names out there. Stephen Collins, strong safety, leads the team in tackles, and Ferguson, man, give some shout out to Ferguson. In his junior year, he's really kind of figured things out. So coming out of that one, we're not going to sim any weeks here because we have our biggest game, or what's become one of our biggest games on our schedule, dealing with the Arkansas Razorbacks, because the Razorbacks always seem to trip us up and derail our season. So we're going to try and go on the road to Fayetteville, see if we can knock off the Razorbacks early in the season, ranked 19th. They've already lost some games. So hope to see you guys there when we take on Arkansas.